the following presentation of the National Football League.
Tirico with Greg Olsen, the rookie Tyler Luke, set to kick things off. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, on the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early third down coming up. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
At the 45-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
First and 10, and it's Allen. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
From the 29, here's second and 4. Play action, it's Allen. That one incomplete. Good job, Pittsburgh there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Allen on third down. He's got his man, that's Coleman. They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, Buffalo.
That's another Bills. First and 10 at the 7.
quarterback downs, those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll get him up 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
It is 2nd and 6. Allen, going to give it to Cook. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Play 10 of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. This one caught at the 4. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will take a 7-0 lead.
The score, Bills 7, Ravens nothing.
Touchdown. Bass is back to kick it off. LaJohntay Wester now to return it. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Jackson now on 2nd down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. It'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line. Next thing you know, the big old D tackle is just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is If you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Back deep for Buffalo is Brandon Codrington. And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Bills offense ready now for their second drive. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. From the gun, here is Allen. Now he takes off. And Allen, a guy who usually gives as much punishment as he gets, slides down here, but he's got the 1st down.
And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Bills 1st down.
1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Play action now, and here's Allen. Stretching the field is Knox. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
To throw on 1st and 10, Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal. One more time with Cook. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening.
I'll tell you what, this offense has come out and they have completely dominated here in the early going, Mike. I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained, back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, Man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
Here's pass now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Bills move out on top, 14-0.
14. Ravens nothing.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Wester now to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They're an early hole, 14-0. They'll start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Henry, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll go again here with Henry. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it.
He's tackled at the 21-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
Here's Jordan Stout now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. 14-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. As we are ready to get back underway. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Tackled there by Trenton Simpson.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here, and that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
They'll throw on first down with Allen. Pass, caught by Shakir. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. They'll go back to Shakir. He's got another one. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 16 yards.
A gain there of 16 yards. First down, Buffalo.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat.
And he's into the end zone yet again. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Extra point try by Bass. It's up and through. And the Bills will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Ravens nothing.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Lester now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take
So
over
here's the
1st and
Baltimore
10.
offense getting set for their next drive. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Hopkins sent in motion. Play action now. Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. Into space. space at the 45. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on. And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game, and that's a nice pickup there.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And that one just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 24 through the air. First down, Baltimore.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll send Flowers in motion. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Second down, Jackson. To the outside, catch made by Hopkins. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
His kick is perfect. And the Ravens are on the board now here in this second quarter.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. From their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. From the gun, Josh Allen. And that football in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
On third down, it's Allen. Looking downfield for Coleman. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. That's going to be fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Ravens offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. In motion goes Likely. On the ground, here's Henry. Not much there, maybe a yard.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Off the play fake, Jackson. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
Now, Jackson. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up second and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Back to throw, Jackson. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore.
That was a big-time answer by this offense, and they really needed him. In this game, it looked like he was starting to get away, didn't it, Mike? I mean, now it's up to their defense. Can they get a stop of their own so they can get their offense back out there, get the ball back, and try to build off this last drive?
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 35. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. 26 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. And it's an incompletion. He was looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox.
Yards to go.
And it's going to be 3rd down. And in motion is Coleman. To the air on 3rd down, here's Allen. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will have great field position right around midfield.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game, like these receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I've seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
In motion goes Likely. They'll run it with Henry. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Ravens 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. They're going to go right back to Henry. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. And he's going to run it out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
They teach these defensive ends to rush to the X. The X is the spot where the quarterback stops his drop, and you can see when he hit that back foot, he had nowhere to go, and he's able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Jackson. That pass to the sideline. Nice job to bring it in and stay in bounds, but still short of that 1st down.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
On 4th down, out is the rookie Tyler Loop for the Baltimore field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens are able to get it back within a score.
So let's give the kicker some credit. Not only was it a really good save by the holder, but his ability to make that kick when the timing wasn't right is a lot easier said than done. So we got to get to the sideline. Long snapper's got to do his side of the bargain here, and they've got to be better the next time out.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. On the return, it's Brandon Codrington. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Here's a handoff to Cook. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in their second quarter.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Now Allen on first down.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
The Ravens offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is first and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's second and 6. Jackson now. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play. Third down and 9. They'll send Flowers in motion. On third down, Jackson. He'll try to run for it. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's a second and 9. From the gun, Jackson. The ball's out. No turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hanson, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Wester now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And Baltimore, first down. It's a gain of 20.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go. You can see why.
This is Henry. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Big Ed Oliver there on the tackle.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 48 line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. In motion goes Likely. On play action, here's Jackson. He takes off. And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
It's a gain.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
They'll run out of the gun with Henry. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
And it'll be marked down at the 7, and it will set up 1st and goal.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
First and goal, and it's Henry. And he'll take this one in. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the...
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is not going to work. It's incomplete. Trying to tie the game with a 2-point conversion, but unable to do so.
Anytime you fail on a 2-point try, there's always going to be second guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Now Codrington to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. On 1st down, Allen. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
To Dalton Kincaid. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Slot man gonna move in motion left. Out to the left side, taken in by Coleman. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Once again, it's Cook. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
They'll go with the sneak, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, we'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Bills 1st down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
It is 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Allen. This one complete to Palmer. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Buffalo.
1st and 10.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
25. Here's 2nd and 6. Allen working from the pistol. This one caught right side by Knox. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
From the gun, here is Allen. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
4th down. Here's Allen. To the middle of the field. Caught by Shakir.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. Defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And the Bills are going to have it 1st and goal. He'll take this down to about the 3.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he'll take it on in. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Bills. Now Bass to tack on the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bills will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9.
Ravens 19.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. 3rd down coming up.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Codrington to return it. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. We'll go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. Tight end on the move left. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he is out of bounds. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball.
The ball comes out. One of the Ravens has it. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense.
The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Play action now. Jackson sending it downfield for Likely. That is brought in. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 35 yards.
And the Ravens first down.
A first down throw for Jackson. He'll step up and run this. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. That his second touchdown tonight. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Luke now for the extra point. knocks it through. And the Ravens will cut it to a 2-point lead.
28. Ravens 26.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll run straight ahead with Cook, and he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up. That's Palmer, the man in motion. 3rd and 2. Now Allen. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Ravens offense ready for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Off the play fake. Jackson. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
A quick slant to Flowers. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Good for a Baltimore 1st down.
First and
Critical
10 at the
third
30
down
yard line.
conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Now, faking the give. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's got his tight end. It's Andrews.
Complete to Mark Andrews. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
49-yard line.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short, Jackson. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out, and it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. In motion, Shakir. Cook gets it out of the pistol. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense back onto the field. For their next possession, will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Terrell Bernard. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
So we see this more and more often in today's NFL, Mike, where on 3rd down, the ball is actually thrown short of the chains. And there's really 2 reasons. 1, teams are a lot more willing to use 4th down. And 2, they have a lot of confidence in these receivers and tight ends and backs to run after the catch.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bills offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Looking to throw. It's, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
It's just the last thing you can afford to do, especially in this situation. Like, there's just no need to force the ball. You're playing with a lead. It's late in the game, and I know he's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he thinks he can get away with it, but that decision, it proves to be costly.
The Ravens offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Jackson gonna keep it himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
2nd down, Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Jackson now. Coming open, that's the tight end Likely. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
You could see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on 3rd and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not having it. Gonna lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Jackson now on second down. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Big play coming up. This is third down. Now, Jackson. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
First down. First and goal, Baltimore.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up second and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line. Second down and goal. Pushed out to his left.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn it to a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. In motion goes Likely. Third and goal for Jackson. Good blocking, and he's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
On is Loop to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Ravens will up the lead to 5.
33. Bills 28.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Johnson now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bills offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Allen. Down the field. He's got the hook up to Shaquille. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
Good for a Bills.
Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
50-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by Knox. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. A run with Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards. Able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And it looked at first like that opening was going to close up on him, didn't it, Mike? I mean, really nice job there by the back. Patient and quickness, kind of all at the same time to find that hole. And he's able to get through to keep this drive alive.
A pass caught right side by Coleman.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd down and 3. Cook. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Cook, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
It's now 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. Davis. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Allen. That is caught at the 3. And the Bills are looking at a 1st and goal. It takes it all the way down to the 2.
Good for the Bills. First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time, but what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
To throw once more, here's Allen. And he is not able to to get to the goal line, so they stop him, cannot bump the lead up to 3. It remains a 1-point game. To the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. That is hard. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out, and this game is over. So it's a win here for the Bills. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.